It's Serhii.
Serhii. Or Serge.
Serge. Okay.
Yes.
Serge is here. So Serhii.
I'm here.
Serhii. I don't know. Okay, Serhii. I want to make it right. I'm gonna start it as soon as I say it right. We're gonna start it. We're gonna cut the podcast.
We already started. That's
yeah, but I'm gonna cut it
lesson.
because I want it to be perfect. You know,
No,
improv should be perfect.
I
Serge.
could. You're right. We could teach the audience the difference between the Russian pronunciation Sergei.
Yeah, because that's common and people. It's in their brains, right?
I know, that's the thing.
But you are called
in Ukraine. We have a softer he, Serhii.
Serhii.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like mixed with ha and ge.
Yeah.
He.
Serhii.
Serhii.
Okay. Good to have you here, friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We're recording this after the festival, so by the looks of us, we are after the festival, tired, and this is going to be a very short talk.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy that we managed to do this. I was following you on Facebook, and from my perspective, I saw this guy with the logos of comedy nights out. That's what I initially met you online on Facebook, and I saw have a fun comedy night with us, and then all of a sudden I saw you in military gear. And from then there was just pictures of military gear in different places, and we were like an improviser in war. And then when we met, I think again, we talked a little bit briefly like a year ago or something. And then when I applied, when I put on the festival theme, it was pixels this year. So bring a pixel and let's make art together. And then you said, you commented on this and said, hey, I want to join. And I thought, that would be a great time for you to join. So yes. I'm so happy that we made it possible.
That is, first of all, a huge excitement and joy that it happened. And with those pictures, about those pictures in the military gear, I wish it was a movie set,
Yeah.
So.
So what was it like to do this transition initially?
We as improvisers, we take lightly the concept of improv, the yes and. We kind of take it as acting to be more, to be funnier, right? To be more of a deep into a storyline and creation of those kinds of things. But in reality, it's much deeper. It's in life. So for me, when the big invasion, the full-scale invasion started, that was the starting point of my yes and.
So how did you yes end it?
Well, it started when I saw when I woke up to the big explosion, and I joined the territorial defense.
So what happened with you then, afterwards?
Well, we on the first day we took our first positions in one of the airfields in Kyiv, expecting the airborne assault, but it didn't happen with some reasons, but they were hindered. They did not attack So in 2 weeks, we then went to Irpin, which is the neighboring town, one of the little towns around the big capital. So that was a very, very close to our hearts town, because most of my guys in our first company of the battalion either had real estate there, or had friends there, or relatives, or like me, 4 months prior to this, we held a picnic in the park. And guess what? My first trench on one side was on one side of the park where we had a picnic, and on another side we had the assault troops from Russia.
So you were there with you say battalion. Is that a battalion of volunteers, of people that joined just for that, or?
Well, you need to understand that especially the first year, almost all of the people that joined, like territorial defense, all the brigades. There were like about 30 brigades of territorial defense. It's an open information, and all of them were volunteers. All of them.
Yeah, so were people, you met people from all walks of life. Did you have some experience prior, some training or military service?
Yes, knowing that it's going to happen.
But that knowing this is like 2020, 2021 or something, or because it was February?
Yes, that's February 24, 2022. That's when it started. I started attending some trainings in as early as first week of January.
So there was this in the air. There was this is going to happen because
Yes.
I think the world didn't believe it's going to happen.
All of the people that were in my company, they were that type that it was not a matter of whether or not it happens. The question was when. So all of these people, they just trained.
But were they? What kind of people did you meet there? Was it from all kinds of life, or was it specific type of people?
You see, territorial defense, that's the unique thing. We have a saying that in territorial defense, in most of the units, we had 3 higher degrees for 2 people. So we would have like one guy was a board member of a bank. Another one was the dean in the university. And so like many different people. Another one, his nickname was Papai because he had a yacht and he sailed. So we're talking about another guy, when he came to the point where we were meeting, his wife brought him in Maserati. So we're talking about like completely different people. A husband and a wife, they were like 23, together joined our unit, and they were in IT business.
Yeah, so everybody kind of felt like they needed to do it and leave everything behind and just go help.
I think that's the reaction of definitely we would call it a normal reaction.
Yeah.
Because especially when the enemy is so close to your home.
Yeah. Well, you said it's a picnic area, right?
It's a very recreational area, very nice.
What is your call sign? You said Popeye and maybe the Maserati guy. I don't
No.
know. No, the Maserati guy. I don't know if he had a nickname, but what is yours?
Mine is Harizmat.
What does it mean?
Charismatic.
Okay.
So in English, somehow
charisma guy.
Charisma guy. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Yeah. So Harizmat. I just got this call sign.
How did it come about?
The first day, nothing special. We were sitting. The first day when we got our weapons and waiting for the orders, we were sitting with my first commander, a sergeant, and his call sign was Jazz. And I thought, man, I like it. How about if I have a call sign Improv? But then it's like, no, Improv, Improv, can you hear me? Improv, nah.
Didn't sound good.
No, for the radio,
yeah.
For the call sign. And a lot of people will, because it's not, it's kind of like the origin, not as jazz. Jazz is simple enough.
Yeah.
So we were thinking, and then he said, "Oh, why don't you be Harizmat?" And I'm like, I like it.
So there was it was like a brainstorming session. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking about how do I call you? How do I call you?
Oh, it happened all the time in many, a new unit got together and they wanted to, some started finding them, getting their call signs, and one young man said, "I want my call sign to be Lord."
And call me boss. Just my call sign is boss.
And everyone says like, "Oh, come on, what Lord?" It's not Ukrainian kind of sounding name. It doesn't sound
Yeah,
again,
so you need approval for your call sign. It's like people must be, hey, you can be the charisma guy. You know, it cannot be like I want to be boss.
it has to be
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because I know many call signs that never were used. Okay, so this guy, when the shelling started and they started taking cover, he hit his head at the cross section or whatever the word
Yeah.
for the beam or the
Yeah.
So he hit it that hard that in the morning he had 2 black eyes. So
Oh my God.
everybody looked at him. It's like, no, you're not Lord, you're Panda,
Panda.
and that stuck with
Black
him.
eyes sounds cool, but panda is. Okay.
Well, yeah, people come up with like different, because that's one of the ways for them to kind of alter ego or kind of I used to be this civil guy, now not taking any special courses or any career in the military. Now this is my parallel life kind of a thing,
Yeah.
Sometimes people say that, okay, they put the civilian life on pause to take care of this situation.
Is it possible? Is it true? Do you put it on pause, or it just mixes in all of a sudden? You've been away from the military now. How do you call that when you end the military service? So it ended December last
They
year.
said, old
December
man, go
24.
home.
They said, old man, go home. So that was December last year, right?
Yes,
So-
December, actually 24th of December 2024.
So it's exactly it's yeah.
It's 30.
The same day but different month, right? So yeah.
Yeah. I kind of
Do you count the
this
days?
number 24. No, I didn't count that much. But I kind of calculated when I started on February 24/02/22, and then I was out 24/12/24.
Yeah, it divides. It's even numbers. Yeah.
Some kind of
So-
I don't know.
So is it on pause, or is it mixed and then your life is totally different? Do you see like you unpaused your life, or you feel differently now?
Here's the thing, like the concept of applied improvisation. That's what I do, or I call it improvision, a vision of life through improvisation. Can you really put something on pause for so long? Really not. What some people call I put it on pause, that means that they did not accept the reality yet. They just need to, that works in any stressful or crisis situation. Let's take pandemic.
Yeah.
No, the faster you understand that, okay, this is a new reality, the faster you become effective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but if you live kind of in between, I'm waiting, maybe tomorrow I will get back to this or whatever, then you're not effective.
You're not there. You're not in the present. And it's also,
Exactly.
well, now that you're saying it, you say this is the new reality. This is reality. We're calling it new, but in reality, it's like new. Just it's for us to separate it, but it's not separate. It's this. We are thinking that it should be that way when it's a totally different thing going on.
Well,
but I wanted to get back to this. You said this is your life is different now, and you said you picked up the rifle. How did you feel at that time? Did you know that you're gonna use it? Were you hoping that you're not gonna use it, and you have your friends with you there? Are you friends? Are you not friends? You're getting along? Are you not getting along? How were those initial days?
Well, the first days.
Because this is the new reality, what we're saying, right? The reality is different now. What was it?
Oh, it was completely new. But the yes and. Like I had been, prior to that moment, I had been in improv and teaching applied improv since 2009. I mean, if I can't practice what I preach, what good am I?
So
like for me,
how
the
do you
yes and meant, okay, this is it. This is new. So, okay, where can I fit in? How can I be effective? All right. And another thing, it's a war. It's not like, okay, now I got a contract with a new movie series and something. It's a new reality for me. No. That's the moment when we went to that little town, Irpin, we were ready not to, that we will not return. So I counted about 10 different times when I was saying goodbye and talked to my guardian angel.
During the whole
My almost 3
years,
years, yeah.
So
And that changes your conception of life, your perception, your kind of not the conception.
what was the
perception.
most change that you feel in what area? Like,
you value your life now differently. You are well, first of all, you can't achieve happiness. You're either happy now or not. You're not moving towards happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. So you have to enjoy. Even there, you could be a happy man. Even in the trenches, when the phosphorus bomb is flying over you, and the guardian angel kind of like moved it so 3 meters away from me, it felt with a lot of burning spots, or the tank attacked us, or the big bombs missed us a little bit. So that's the moment that you're either happy or not. You cannot put your life on pause. You are in the moment all the time. And the more you are in the moment, the more you discover where you could be effective. And in war, the faster you accept the idea that you are a soldier, the faster you will become a warrior. Because being a soldier is not good enough. You have to become a warrior.
What's the difference?
Soldier is just the one who puts on a uniform, and that's it. A lot of peaceful armies, they're just soldiers. But the warrior is someone who is not only ready to take risks, but is learning how to do it more effectively, is learning the skills, is learning the knowledge, and he's and he knows why he's there. So like some are drafted and they're like, okay, can I find a way to get out and stuff?
Are there many people that are just there to hide in a way? Are people trying to hide? Because that's like a normal thing, you see it, you want to just hide away. How do you get courage to continue?
Oh, well, that's called the combat stress. The combat stress happens to everyone, and the reactions to the combat stress are very different. So you either attack or react, hit, or you run, or you freeze. So 3 reactions. You either attack when you're under combat stress, or you freeze, or you want to run away, panicking. There are many different ways how you I did a little bit of that kind of work with again using some improv as well, but there are techniques where psychologically you can stabilize, provide a first psychological help, and there is like a protocol, just like the medical protocol to provide the first aid, tactical medicine and the combat medicine, and the same thing with the psychology. Every soldier, when I was there, we were trying to teach a lot of units how to provide the first psychological help to your fellow brothers, because everyone can get stuck.
How do you overcome the freezing part? When you freeze, what's the protocol?
Oh, freezing is a difficult thing. Depends on where. If it's in the red zone where the actual contact is happening and shooting comes all over the place, almost nothing you can do. If somebody just stands and freezes, almost nothing, because in war you do need to make sure you protect yourself and protect your unit, and if somebody this is like, okay, this is fate. Okay. If you freeze, but that's why prior to this, the psychologists of the unit do what we call psychoeducation, how you can feel prior to freezing. So like in improv, right? Freeze or stupor
Yeah.
can happen. Okay, so I teach, for instance, okay, if you draw blank, do it playfully, justify it, get out of this, learn to face it on with your regular kind of learn why it happens. So then before that you can make a step away or do something else, and it will not happen.
Yeah. You were talking about playfulness and how you can be playful and almost have fun even in the dire circumstances. How did you feel that? What was it like? And did that improv training help you? How did you find your place in the battalion?
It's interesting that at first, definitely, cortisol, right? Cortisol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cortisol,
So
yeah.
that's the hormone of stress.
Yeah.
Changes a lot. It really influences you, and first of all, you concentrate on only on a task. So that's one of the things. You stop noticing other things. It's only when you are more professional, experienced, then you know how to deal with it. You still cortisol is the thing, is you still look like
tunnel vision. Yeah.
tunnel vision, but then when you're professional, you just learn to
Yeah.
look there. Okay, so the tunnel vision, but now you know how to react, how to play with this. Okay, so same thing with improv, right? You learn your weaknesses, you learn your strength, you learn how to interact with your partners, and you then use the knowledge that you already know, even your weaknesses. Then you learn how to kind of play around them or with them. And there are tons of videos of humor from the Ukrainian armed forces. There was like even trends, some dancing in the trenches or on the tank or whatever. So those kinds of things, they actually happen spontaneously. Maybe sometimes someone is trying to organize them, but I know that a lot of things happen spontaneously. Yeah. I recorded some videos because I just wanted to kind of bring a little lightness to my messages to my Facebook followers, and so humor plus a lot of jokes, definitely a lot of jokes. And the joke is the sign of normality. That you are okay.
Yeah.
When you joke, that's the most of the jokes are usually are initiated by stress.
Yeah.
And by threat.
Yeah, there's this idea comedy is a release of tension. So in the tension of war, comedy is just a release mechanism.
I remember the first time in June, I think, early June, I did the first improv for my company. It's about
June 2022?
people.
Yes. Okay,
yes.
so 3 months, 3 months in, 4 months.
Yes, that was the first time when we actually got a chance to gather together, so we were not in positions, and I talked with my commander, and he said, yeah, we need to do something. And I said, this is what I do. And he says, do it.
Yeah.
And so we did our first improv session there, and it was very, very cool. It was just, I still have pictures from that place. Unfortunately, some of those guys that are on the picture laughing, they're no longer with us, but that was the moment, that very uplifting moment. Humor changes the hormonal setting, lessens the cortisol, and kind of allows to inject some other hormones, and that influences your view of tomorrow, your view of your believing in yourself more. So
how often did you do this, like the sessions with your battalion, or
with
during
my
those 3 years? How often did you do
During the 2022, I was in my battalion, and I did it once because I was a typical infantryman. I didn't do anything special. I was just doing my job in the trenches, getting the positions, and fighting back when I needed to, and so forth. Because territorial defense was not at that time, especially, was not a
Not forward
assault
position, yeah.
not assault group. Now they are more, yes, and a lot of territorial defense units have done like some tremendous jobs because they've learned how to operate
Yeah.
and how to do this. So that was the moment where only one time we were able to do this. And then I went on, became an officer because I had a higher degree, so I became an officer and joined the the unit within the commanding organism body of the territorial defense to work with all of the battalions and all of the brigades of the territorial defense. That's when I did a lot. Training of the personnel that works with the networking networking business, right there. You train the leaders, you train the trainers, right? So that's what we did. We trained a lot of battalion representatives that work with the personnel, and I used improv a lot to help them. First of all, improv helped to prepare them to accept new information, and then improv helped to help them to fight the stage fright, because not everyone had experience with group work,
Yeah.
so that's where improv helps to break the barriers in that.
We had an interview here for the national television, and the lady that was interviewing and the cameraman, they were doing the cameraman especially. He had a rifle range.
Yes.
So he's a professional shooter, and they went to competitions, and they were talking to you about fast shooting, and you said something interesting. It doesn't matter how you do it alone.
Yeah.
So
I'll repeat that sometimes people have a tendency like, okay, I need to go once a week to a shooting range and learn how to shoot. This is okay, this is good, it's an important thing, but in the war it's not gonna do anything.
But what does work? It's teamwork, but
it's teamwork.
It also improv is teamwork. How is it different, and how is it similar?
Well, you don't get killed in improv. That makes a difference. But as far as teamwork and everything, it's the same. It's the same. Really. Teamwork, how can we team up with anybody if I'm not in the unit? Well, first of all, maybe check out what kind of territorial defense things happening. Like I know that in Poland they started really working with that, and some other countries already just preparing. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes they do official, like every quarter or something, they do some trainings and they invite people. So you can kind of be on their mailing list, and another thing is, with your best friends, take a course, go to the shooting range and ask for an instructor to give you some tactical instructions and work on your tactical. You like small fire group is about 4 people, for instance. 3 but 4 is good. So
but how does it is the communication, how the transfer of communication, how did you apply the improv to that setting? Like what did you teach them that is different than YesEnd, or how is YesEnd implemented in a situation by the soldiers?
The main thing is YesEnd to accept that this is a reality, this is not a pause. That's one thing, because there's still soldiers that were drafted, they still fight in their mind that no, I cannot be here.
Yeah.
Well, this is the straight way to hell. As soon as you recognize, okay, the reality's changed, the circumstances changed. I need to accept it and start learning the skills that, like, if somebody doesn't want to learn, ignores to attend the trainings or on first medical aid, tactical medicine, nobody's going to help him, because if they see that he ignores, but they're working on it, they understand that he's not going to help them.
Yeah.
So those kinds of things, it's about life or death. There is no sentiment there. It's a very much a concentration on becoming a warrior. You have to become a warrior.
It's a practical thing.
It's a practical thing, and it's a psychological readiness to do whatever. And the more you're ready, the more chances there is to stay alive. Because you learn the things, you learn how to take cover, you learn how to move around, you learn how to operate in a group. And this is completely, it's all about improv. It's all. They say, like when I did improv for the special operations guys, tough guys that spend 2-3 times a day in the shooting range in between their assignments.
That's all they do, yeah.
Yeah. And so they come and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to talk about improv with them, At first they were like,
teach me.
Well,
like, yeah.
Go ahead, show us what you've got. Yeah.
Yeah. Play us something.
But of course, yeah, it got scared. Doesn't want to
fight or flight. Fight or flight. Yeah.
So they would at first they were like in the mood of like, okay, so what, we're good enough, what else can you teach us? But then when I shared my story, where I went, what combats I took part and stuff, then they were like, okay, all right. So, and then at the end of the 2-hour session, out of 25 people, 24 were like, yes, and this is the concept that we just never even heard about. Because, we do operations together.
But they recognize it.
Yes, it was like, oh, that's what it is. That's how it works. Because regardless how well the plan is, after the first shot, let the improvisation begin.
Yeah, so it's never about the plan.
It is about the plan
until we start,
but it evolutions into improvisation. And then the rules of improvisation, the rules of interaction, the rules of thinking on your feet, making decisions together, and so those kinds of things. That's what they really appreciated. Yeah. So the 24 said, "Whoa, good," and the 25th was like, "Oh, this is cringe."
There's always that guy. This
is cringe.
You can never please everybody.
And the other 24 became the ambassadors. They were like, man, you didn't even try. This is so cool.
Yeah, interesting. But so, I wanted to move further because I think there's a relation here. You said your call sign, and we're talking about call signs and how people are named. And then you're doing now, after all this, improv for veterans.
Oh, yes.
And you name it after a call sign. You call on the radio 450, which...
Well, the
Improv 450 is... 450, yeah, tell us about it.
450 is a universal call sign for to say everything is okay.
Yeah, so it's a...
So it's a general communication sign. 450, everything is okay. It could be in the text messages or on the radio. So by naming Improv 450,
and you have the I is also a caliber, right?
Yes.
I thought it was a caliber initially.
Well,
Studia Improvisacji Veteranów.
That's a bullet.
Yeah. Bullet case.
Yeah.
So
So the veterans recognize, that something has to do with us, definitely with 450. And those that don't know, that's not for them. So whatever, doesn't matter. And improv is a powerful tool for helping the veterans to move on to life 2.0.
Yeah.
Okay, and because the yes and again, okay, the new reality. But now we need to understand that because there is no, at this point, there is no specific terms of service. The soldiers and the officers and all the military personnel is serving as long as it takes right now. Okay, because everyone knows that we are not refilling with the new soldiers as much as we need. So that's why we are very heavy into new technologies where we don't have to, fight proportionally, one battalion against one battalion. No, we need to fight like one drone for $500 against one tank for 5 million.
Yeah.
So that's the way to work.
What do you do with how do you apply the improvisation for veterans? What is the difference between active soldiers and these veterans in the ideas that you present?
Yeah, the active soldiers, everything I do or I did and I do every once in a while now is about combat readiness. It's about why and it's about what. Okay, so the mental preparation, the mental adaptivity, flexibility, that's what for the combat. For the veterans, it's different. So that's what I was saying, that the terms are not set. So the veterans that we have now, they're either released from the active duty due to health or a wound.
Mm-hmm.
And wounds usually, there is a lot, unfortunately, the
amputations.
Amputations, yeah. Yes, the amputations. So I do for the guys in the hospital. I do for the guys and girls in the rehab centers where they're already trying their new prosthetics. Yeah. And so we work mentally. Well, of course, for them, several things. Of course, humor. Humor helps to concentrate on new, road ahead. The mental change, and that is yes, and yes, you need to learn to accept what you are here, what you have here, regardless why it happened, who's at fault, whatever. You have what you have. The only way for you to move on.
This is reality now.
Is yes, and so but I cannot do a lecture like this because first of all, thank God I didn't lose any of my body parts or anything. But with the improv, when we discuss what are the rules and principles that help this scene, this short form kind of improvisational game happen. Okay, flexibility. Yeah, what does it mean in real life? Well, we are learning blah blah blah. What is yes and here and what is yes and there? What do you think? Is it similar? How does yes and apply in your? So when they start speaking, when their light bulb goes, so they understand better. Because nobody, one of the rules is you cannot just, feel pity for them. No way. You really need to push them and help them to find their own unique way right now to be effective. And so that's where improv, through the playfulness, through the humor, and letting them start joking even about their status, their the way they feel and are and stuff. That's a good sign of healing, what we call the post-traumatic growth.
Yeah. So you did some improv for children as well.
Yeah, for the youth. Mostly, children, yes. If you talk about that recent video, that's the children of our my fallen brothers in the battalion. There is a band, a very well-known band, Antitila. They were with us in the first 6 months of the combat, and so they were. So they started the foundation.
So it's a band members that joined the
Battalion,
battalions.
yeah.
Okay, so it's a whole band of performance.
The music
right?
band, yeah.
So
Our battalion was unique that we had several very well-known musicians actually in the trenches, not like being there showing off.
Yeah.
And pictures.
Selfie soldiers.
So
Are there
those
selfie
guys-
soldiers?
Yeah, of course, yeah. And TikTok army, Yeah, but no, those guys, they're like very powerful. They were and they are actually in the service, active service, and so that was the camp for the children of the fallen soldiers. So the foundation, the fund, invited me to come and do a long day of several workshops for the kids, and then we did the performance in the evening.
Oh, so the kids played.
Yeah, the kids.
They were
So but the kids were different ages.
Yeah.
Some kids were 10 and some are 17.
Yeah.
So it's like kids. So, but usually with them for this kind of format, I do a lot of, short form.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a good popcorn, kind of a fast and ready and tasty,
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that's the thing.
Okay. What comes next? That's a game. That's an improv game. What is reality 3.0?
My reality right now is, well, first of all, I'm very open for cultural diplomacy. So my dream is to visit all the good festivals in the world where I can really represent Ukraine and share the message and tell what is actually happening, and do workshops and perform with some, this festival we performed with some cool guys, cool girls. So it was fun. The next thing is building a very solid chain of Improv 450 in many towns. Kind of develop that.
Just want to mention, you're doing this for free, and it's a charity work. You're getting.
Unfortunately, for now, yes. I'm trying to do the crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Where people from can help with starting from $10.
They can help
$10 a month.
They can help from Ukraine, and then you have it for people from outside Ukraine to support you with the veteran training, right?
Yes, I have two. I have one for Ukrainian people, and people are joining in. It's a little less in amount, but still it's like two coffees. So it's pretty much both. They're like 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, but people that see this from all around the world, they can support you with this.
Yes.
So we're gonna add it in the description. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate that. So it is like monthly. So the system is set up that even if you forget, it will just charge whatever amount you agree, and I set it out in the ranks of the army. So so $10 is a soldier, but then you can go up to like colonel.
Yeah.
So there is more.
You can add your call sign.
Yes.
But it needs to be approved by the battalion.
Yes. So the crowdfunding at this point, that's my way. I call it Club 500. So kind of hoping to get the 500 people from around the world to help us build this program. Already I have about 15 different requests from different places and organizations that work with the veterans to regularly provide my services to them. So even if I do it, once a month or 2 times a month, then we're talking about full time, And do I want to create like an improv theater with the veterans? Probably yes. But at this point, I noticed that the guys that come regularly, it's difficult for them.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
It's understandable.
Yeah, they just, between themselves, they're, laughing and funny and stuff. But as soon as you put pressure on them that we're going to perform somewhere, tough. So,
Well,
but eventually I might.
It will take
I might,
time, yeah.
I might do well. Even without the war, you have people that are pretty good for the stage,
Yeah.
and people that just do it for themselves. That's it,
Yeah.
and that's good enough. So same thing here. Maybe I will do a casting and find the former actors or somewhere that we could create a team. And if it's in English, then we could travel.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Is that what you're most excited about, or is there anything else that you're very excited about now?
I'm
Because you looked when you came here. I just want to mention, and you stepped out. You're one of the most cheerful, and your eyes were open, and you were. I found you very happy, and I was like, he's coming from this place with this reality, and it was just wonderful to see you smiling and
Thank you.
so much light in your eyes.
Well,
Now it's like we're at the end of the festival. Thank you. Right.
Thank you.
But
you.
trust me,
Trust the insight. I'm very happy. Well, I've always had a lot of different projects. Like I started finally doing my solo improv show in Ukraine, in Ukrainian and English, and I've done one of that, and that brought a lot of joy in my heart. And I'm now inspired by the festival. I'm going back, and I will start developing the English again, the English improv club community, because we used to have it, but then everyone went different directions, and now a lot more coming. So we're starting from scratch again with a little bit of experience, and so I'm excited because I do what I love, and I love what I do. That's it.
That's a good slogan. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and I wish for the quickest and most wonderful resolution of this. We can wish. Reality is tough right now, but it's not gonna be always like that, and I hope it all goes well in the end.
It will.
Yeah.
It has no other option.
Yeah. Thank you, Serhii.
Serhii.
Thanks for being here, my friend.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. See you soon.